Welcome to EP Machinery. My name is Hank. I'm the technical guy of our company. Today we are going to show you the full production line which we produced for our customer in Russia. And now we have the final stage to connect each other for final testing. Well, our customer is also in the factory. Later he can say hello to you. Okay, so this is the introduction for me. But actually at my back is the whole production line from A to Z. So this machine you are seeing now is something like a raw material hopper. So this hopper, the main function is for collecting the raw materials and send through this conveyor to the dryer. This is we call the rotary drum dryer over there. And this rotary drum dryer we connect with one stove, and this stove will also connect with one natural gas burner. So you see we are connecting all the cables because later on we are going to test it. So this is the natural gas burner. And of course we have to connect with the natural gas. And this is one stove, which actually the fire, we call this a burning chamber. Yes, so this is a stove for providing the heat for this rotary drum dryer. So from this rotary drum dryer, you can see it's a total 10 meters long, the length. So at that side is the discharging port. After the raw material is after drying, the raw material can be discharged from the port. From that, that pipe at the top, that is connect with this system. This system we call this the dust collecting system. Because you can see one cyclone system, and we connect with one central air fan. And this air fan, actually we are connecting with one dust collector. So make sure your workshop can very clean. So this is a function of this dust collecting system. And because that area is very narrow, so that is why we put this system this side. So basically, that pipe is connecting with here. It's one drying system completed. Okay, we can come to the next. So just now I mentioned here is this discharging port, which means after drying, the raw materials will be discharged from this side. And after discharging, so this materials, the dried material is going to transfer to this screw conveyor to this hopper. We call this the cold hopper, the main material hopper after drying. And here you can see 3 hoppers, 1, 2, 3. So this is for main materials, we call it cold. And these 2 hoppers, the function actually is the other 2 materials. Because why? This is the customer's formula. So they have another 2 small elements. Okay. So from this hopper, you can see all the weighing system. When I say weighing system, you can see from here. This is the weighing system, yes, to weight each materials, I mean the percentage in the accurate weight. Okay. So this is a central control system. Central control system, you see now we are connecting all the cables also because we are going to testing later on, okay? So you can see all inside this is a inverter. So all the inverter is control the screw conveyor and even the hoppers. Okay, this is the back of the central cabinet. So from this is the front side. We can see here is a touch screen, so you can touch. Okay. So this is inside. This is the front view of the inside of the central cabinet. So this is a PLC. It's the mains. Yes. Okay, this is a brief introduction about the central cabinet. Okay, now we move to this part. It's about the 3 hopper system. This system, as I mentioned just now, is for what? It's for the accurate volume of the materials, because customer have the main materials which is coal and they have two other elements as their formula. So all of the material, they have the weighing system and discharging from this screw discharger. So after this screw discharger with the correct volume, okay, so this one central screw conveyor will send the three elements, 1, 2, 3, with three elements together to another screw conveyor. So this is one screw conveyor, and this screw conveyor is for receiving the three type of the materials to another process. We call it crushing process. So this is a crushing machine to crush the three elements into powder form. Okay, so after the crushing system, then we are going to send the crushed materials, we call it powder form, through this screw conveyor to another hopper. So we can see this hopper is somehow like a buffering hopper, have the buffering functions. Okay, so here is another hopper, but also with the weighing system here. Yes. So after crushing, and this buffering hopper have two functions also. One is for buffering, another one function is for weighing, and they will send the correct volume for the three elements together to next process. This one we call the mixing process. So this is a mixture, and this mixture is mixing the three elements together as one materials in actually a powder form. So this is a mixture we produced for our customer. So from the top you can see that is the feeding port from the buffering hopper. After that, after mixing, there is the automatic gate open, so the material can be discharged from the mixer to another process. We call this is another buffering hopper. This buffering hopper is with mixing in the middle, because after mixing, we just worry the material get together easily. So that is why we want separately make the always the powder form. So the blender in the middle is mixing the material always, and at this side you can see this is another screw conveyor for sending the raw materials to another screw conveyor from here. Yes. So this is another screw conveyor for sending the material to the final stage. We call it the briquetting machine. This is actually a very easy briquetting machine, because you know we are doing briquetting plant for sure, but actually we have different type of briquetting machines. So this is one of them, and this customer is produced like this. I will show you the final product the day we test for him. So somehow like this. So this is a final one which produced by this machine. Why the customer produce this one? Because they are going for next purpose. They have the weight requirements, they have the volume requirements, everything. Yes. Okay. So of course, once you have these products, so this is the whole process. Okay, so anyway, this is a roughly introduction about this production line. If you want to know more about this production, or if you want to do similar briquetting plant, just don't hesitate to contact with us, EP Machinery. My name is Hank from EP Machinery, Technical Department Director. Please call me. Thank you.